Okay, in previous videos, I work with right now two PCs. I have three. This one I don't use anymore. That used to be a server. I just I got rid of it. But anyway, the hard drive that was in this computer, which is right here, one of these two, it crapped out on me. I didn't even notice until one day I tried to remote into this PC from this PC, and it didn't connect. So I switched over to this PC and realized or discovered that it was down. Like it wasn't working at all. So I tried to reboot it, and it told me there was no operating system on the drive. So I tried to do a restore of my backup onto the drive that existed in that computer, and the drive just was not recognized. It was totally dead. Like the BIOS didn't even see it. So in any event, I went and I picked up another drive. I screwed up because I was supposed to get a 3.5-inch drive for a desktop PC, but instead I got a 2.5-inch drive for a laptop PC. But I'll figure out how to install that into this computer. But anyway, drove me crazy. Now, because I kept switching drives back and forth, I wound up changing the BIOS setting on this computer to AHCI, which enables you to hot swap drives. I got to a point where I was able to restore the backup that I had onto this drive. This is the new drive right here, 1T drive. I had a 1T in there, I replaced it with a 1T. In any event, 6 days it took to figure this out. So anyway, I did a restore of the backup to that drive, and to me, it built the partitions properly. There's a system reserve drive at 100 megs, and then the C drive, D drive, and S drive. You know, those are, C is the operating system, obviously. D is my program files drive where I install all my programs, and S is where I keep all my data. You know, photos, videos, what have you, documents. But in any event, when I try to boot clean to that drive after restoring all that data, I got a B-SOD, blue screen of death. And I'm like, what the hell? And it was telling me that there was a issue with the hard drive controller or the drive itself. So I went and I looked at the box that it came in, and it said it was compatible with Windows 10 and 8.1. I'm running Windows 7 on this. So now I grew concerned, like, you know, can I install Windows 7 on that drive? But then I got to thinking, I'm like, it's a hard drive. The computer doesn't care. It just wants to store the data. Like, so one thing led to another, and I swapped that drive out into this computer, looked at the partitions, made sure they were correct. The drive was built appropriately. I mean, I couldn't understand why this computer would not read that hard drive, or it kept blue screening on me. Then it occurred to me, oh wait, I made that BIOS change to AHCI to make it hot swappable. I don't know if that's I don't know. It didn't make sense to me. I mean, at first I thought you can't hot swap an OS drive, especially disk 0, which is the first disk in the sequence. You know, if you add all the drives, disk 0 is the operating system. Disk 1 is any other, whether it be a primary or extended partition drive behind that to hold data in the line. You know, because I can probably put like 5 hard drives in this computer. So I said, let me try something. So I popped that BIOS setting from AHCI, which allowed this drive to be hot swappable, back to RAID. The other option in the BIOS was IDE, and I said it's a SATA drive, SATA. So IDE, and I remember it was set to RAID originally. So I put it back to RAID, and son of a bitch, I got a clean boot. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, the simplest thing screwed me all up. And for 6 days, this thing drove me crazy. I couldn't figure out for the life of me. I was disk partitioning and doing command prompt console commands through disk part, trying to figure out, what's wrong with this drive. And then it was a simple BIOS setting. I couldn't believe it. It drive me friggin' crazy. In any event, it's coming back up again. I'm just restoring the data. I got the OS running. I booted it. It came up. And I'm getting ready to rock and roll. 6 days, though. I couldn't believe it. Drive me friggin' crazy. Anyway, if that helps anybody who might experience the same problem, check your BIOS settings, because that's what my problem was.